Looking to avoid overeating this holiday season? I'm Jessica Procini, the founder and leader of Escape from Emotional Eating, and I'm a board certified holistic health coach that specializes in overeating, binge eating, and emotional eating. And this unconventional tip for avoiding emotional eating for your holiday events is going to be more about the preparation, what you want to be incorporating before the big meal or the big event. And in the same way that if you're like me, weeks before, you've already started thinking about, like, what am I gonna wear? And if you're like my husband, who's already started thinking about, like, what am I gonna make? What dish am I gonna make and bring? And then if you're like me again, you're also thinking about, like, what gifts am I gonna bring? All that to say is that, like, before a big event, especially around the holidays, and especially ones that involve family or coworkers or friends, there's a lot of moving pieces that go into the big event. And my recommendation is that you don't just think about what to wear, what to make, and what to bring, but you also start to take a look at, well, how do you feel? How do you feel about the upcoming event? And probably without really realizing it, some of that has probably already started working its way into your brain. I know for my family, because we've had a recent loss in the family events can bring emotions, and particularly emotions of sorrow, of loss, and of grief. And I'm already well aware and have been feeling the bubblings of those, even though recording this, we're still over a week out from Thanksgiving. And maybe for other people, holiday events and meals can actually trigger food anxiety or food fear. Maybe there's difficult conversations that, like, always happen at your family meals, and you're already starting to feel like the niggly wigglies start to creep in, or the emotional charge start to take hold of you and your emotions and your energy. My unconventional recommendation is that you set aside just a few minutes between now and the day before your big event, and at least one time you purge this all on paper. The fears, the doubts, the worries, the triggers, the annoyances, the sorrows, the heavy hearts, whatever it is that may be bubbling and starting to gain an electrical charge in your emotional body. I want you to just take a piece of paper and get it up and get it out and get it down on paper. This does not need to be pretty. It doesn't even really need to be any kind of formal flow. This is not a 5-paragraph essay like we did in school, and you most definitely are not being graded. But I want you to have the opportunity to give yourself a sense of release and relief without using food to get there. So let the pen and paper be your space to just quite literally express yourself. Just really let it all go. Get it up, get it out, get it down on paper. Quite literally, I encourage you, well, maybe not literally, figuratively, to just kind of vomit on the page. Any niggly wigglies, doubts, concerns, anything that is emotionally already starting to activate you, get it out before you walk in the door. That way, you are starting to diffuse and release your emotional charge. Like, whenever we get together with events, like family meals, there's like a lot going on. There's like a lot of people, a lot of personalities, a lot of different habits and preferences and just like a lot. So do this for yourself to help lighten your load. And most of all, so you aren't carrying around your emotional charge like a loaded gun walking into a difficult experience. So that's my recommendation. Get it up, get it out, get it down on paper, and you will feel that this will quite literally lighten your load. It'll get it out of your body and out of your mind and have a place for it to rest. And if you're like kind of concerned about someone finding it or seeing it, feel free to destroy the evidence. Rip it up, let it go, burn it, flush it, throw it out, whatever it may be. But it needs to come out of your body. And this is the way that I recommend. So feel free to share this with a friend or family member who you know is headed into a difficult or tenuous experience with the holiday meals and events ahead. I will be back with many more tips on how to avoid overeating this holiday season and beyond. But until then, take good care of yourself. Figure out what you're going to wear, what you're going to make, what you're going to bring, and then purge your emotions so you're not walking around with your emotional charge like a loaded gun. Until I see you again, holding you in the light, take care.